Hello, you made it to day 2 of Making Music 101. Today, we'll see what makes music music, what makes it catchy, and what makes it sound like noise. And we'll make another song today. Let's start by talking about jazz and why so many people hate it. First off, when people think of jazz, especially if they hate it, they're talking about bebop. Let's listen to an example. Bear with me for 15 seconds. I literally just grabbed the first bebop song I found. Let's listen. Okay, enough of that. Can you sing any of it back? Could you figure out a melody, something you can sing back at least in your head? Yep, neither could I. Although there's definitely a structure to it and some patterns, they are very complex patterns, which our untrained brains cannot really decipher. That's what makes it sound like noise, and it annoys us. So, music is about patterns. We like to listen to stuff we can sing, or at least in our head. If the patterns are too complex, we can't really vibe to it and enjoy it. And if the patterns are too simple, then we kind of get bored. So, when we make music, let's keep this in mind and try to find a happy medium. Not too complex, but not too easy that it'll bore us. Now, let's get to making a song for today's lesson. So, again, let's go back to the settings. Let's start with just 2 bars, split beats into 1, go for the pentatonic scale, and a range of 1 octave. And instead of starting with a beat, let's start with a melody and let's try to make a pattern. I'll just pick some random notes and see how that sounds. Okay. Simple enough, and let's split the beats into 2 and let's add a note here. Okay, this time, since we're keeping it so simple, let's go for 4 bars. And I'm just gonna, since we can't copy and paste, I'm literally gonna copy it manually. And let's listen just to see if it's all exactly the same. Cool. So we have a simple enough pattern that people can catch on, but it's way too repetitive, at least for my taste. So we can start switching up the patterns. I'll take this main pattern and I'm gonna move it up. I'm gonna extend the range to 2 octaves so that way we can go higher. So I just literally, that same melody with that same rhythm, I just moved it up. Let's listen. So I'm gonna want to repeat that. I'm gonna erase these. As you can see, I'm keeping the same kind of rhythm, a note, and then 2 notes, and it's the same shape, it's going up and then repeating. Let's hear it. Okay, just fix those last 2 notes. And we can keep the same rhythm, so just move these up. Let's listen. Okay, so I like that. I think it's simple, but it has enough changes that it won't bore you. And now I'm gonna make a beat for it. I'm gonna start off very simple. Just kicks once every 2 beat and a snare or triangle like that. I'm gonna want to mimic this repeating note over here. I mean, I like doing that. It doesn't create like clashing patterns. It like blends in with the pattern, so I think it's pretty cool. Let's see, let's try it with the snare first and see how that sounds. Maybe I'll take this one off. I'm not sure I like that. Let's try it with kicks. I'll take this one out and see how that sounds. What if I do this little pattern, this repeating note, but up here? Let's do it. Let's try another one. I think I like that better. And maybe I'll end with a snare over here. As you can see, it looks pretty symmetrical. What I do on this side, I'm going to do on this side on the beat as well. I don't want it to feel that different because it's the same song, it's the same section. Yep, I think that's pretty cool. So I like it as it is, so I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm going to save it. Copy the link, go over to our Discord, find lesson 2, and share it over here. So let's review what we learned today. We learned what makes music music instead of noise. We learned about patterns and how repetition is really good, but don't overdo it, otherwise you'll end up boring your listeners. And we learned that bebop is pretty difficult to listen to. So I hope you liked it. Let me know if you have any questions via Discord, and don't forget to share your song. Also, feel free to listen to what others have created in this lesson and give them a comment or a like or something. It's always good to get feedback. See you tomorrow for our next lesson.